Thank you for tuning in to the Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast. Glad to have you. I appreciate you tuning in to watch the show today. I got a great show for you all today. I got a great show. I got a great guest for you all. Please make sure you watch this and share this, because we are definitely gonna have do some serious things tonight, talking about a lot of different things as far as with my guest. My guest is with life coach and healthy relationships. So please just get ready to learn and be stronger in 2020 going to 2021 if you're ready to work on yourself as well as your relationship. Thank you for joining me tonight. I want to go over a couple of things here just a little bit tonight, a little something different. First and foremost, I want to talk about my sponsors before I get my guests in here to invite to you all. Everybody doing all right on December 12th, 2020? We've already hit 2021. Hopefully it's got to get better. Can't get no worse. I'm just glad to be talking to y'all where y'all can see my face without a mask on, because, I'm tired of that mask thing. Okay. Now, tonight's Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast is about All Good Computers on 8101 Preston Highway. It wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do this podcast because they keep my computer tight. And one of my other sponsors is the Smile Center, 7405 New LaGrange Road. Go check them out. They keep your smile tight like mine. All right. Also, one more thing. I'm in a movie, The Maintenance Man, and The Store. Go to YouTube, Street Entertainment, download it, watch the movie so we can get credit for that. Now, I got to invite my guests in here because I'm really excited about my guests. Y'all just don't know how excited I am about them, because they come all the way from the East Coast to be on my podcast, and I really appreciate them, even though it's remotely done. Just stay with me. I'm inviting them in now. It was a nice day here in Louisville, with the exception of the rain, but it was a nice day today. So you got to enjoy that. So, yeah. Okay. All right. I got to send this invite again. Let me see here. Send it one more time here. Just trying to invite my guest in. Okay. Hopefully they get in here soon. If not, I'm going to invite them this way. Okay, y'all here? Okay, I see it. I got a comment that they're here. Okay, I'm trying to get them in. Darnell Johnson. What's up? What's up, Real Talk? Like I said, this podcast is for the people. There's no right or wrong. We just voicing our opinion, and COVID-19 is social justice. That's what I like to tell everybody. So please comment, and anytime you feel free to, because it's for the people, by the people. Let me invite them again here, because sometimes the internet kind of acts like it's 2020. And you know how that goes. So Real Talk. I know who you are, Real Talk. I hear you. I feel you. I feel you. Let me see if I can get them in here. Trying to do it this way here. See if they can get in that way. But I'm gonna send them this invite again. They said they're in there. Let's see. Copy the clipboard. Maybe I need to send it. All right, let me send it again. Okay, I'm still here with you all. I ain't with nowhere. 2020 got me all messed up. But I'm sure it's got a lot of us messed up this year. Just trying to get into 2021 with feeling a lot better about myself, as well as what I'm doing in life and what I'm trying to do to advance to be a better person, a better individual. So, more than anything. Let me see. Copy the clipboard, copied. Send it to them. One more time here. I'm just trying to get my guests in here. I know they're like, man, this guy got all these light skin issues every time he starts his podcast. Oh, man. Okay, it's not blocked. Invite guests. Trying to invite them in here. Let me see. Tell her. Okay. Let me get her in here. Hold on here. You know how the internet is. My invited message. Private settings. All right. Okay. Let me set it again. Copy the clipboard. Copied. Send it in Messenger. Okay. All right. I'm still with y'all. Hold on here. Keep on going. Let me send it here. I'm right here. Let me go back here. Almost trying to get them in here. Let me see here. Let me try something a little different. What have y'all been doing, knowing that 2020 is getting ready to end? What have you been doing to try to make a difference with yourself as far as everything? We need link to your room. It's sending us to the website. Okay, I got you. Okay. I'm trying to send it to you through the invite. Yeah. Let me see. Copy the clipboard. Let me tell her to do this. Send me email address. Send me an email address. Okay. Get y'all in here. I'm a little light skinned delivery, but I'm gonna get them in here. I wouldn't delete it on Facebook, no. Okay, hold on. Y'all bear with me here. I'm sitting here. Send me email. There we go. There we go. Now I got you. Okay, I'm gonna send it to your Gmail. I got you. Hold on. Okay, hit Gmail. All right, here we go. Oh shit, I gotta go back. Hold on. I gotta get that Gmail. I got you. Yeah, I'm practicing safe distance. That's for sure. I'm dead as finest. Let me send this. Get the email address here. Yeah. Yeah, send me the email address to my phone. Hey, Katrina, how you doing today? I'm still with everybody. I'm trying to get my guests in here. 2020, just trying to keep everybody down, but I'm getting ready to put some good things that you all about how to be a little more productive in 2021. And I let 2020 just suck the blood out of you. Yeah, send me the email address at WL Green. Send me an email and I get it straight to you. Let me see. You send me your Gmail address, and that way I can get it to you. Let me write this down here. Yes. Enjoying the day. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, I'm practicing safe distance. I definitely am. That's what I do. Get them in here. It's ain't the first time I done had a little guest problem, so they my first time. But I'm getting ready to get them in here. Y'all just bear with me. I'm getting ready to do it right now. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Let's see if that'll work. There we go. So I'm gonna send it one more time to make sure they got it. I believe in making sure people get it. Send it twice, make sure she get it. You know, you can't send something one time with the internet. You gotta send it twice to make sure they get it. You have to. GRB. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Let's do it one more time there. That should be it right there. Okay, I just sent it to them through Gmail. Yeah, I'm definitely practicing safe distance. I keep saying that, I know. All right, like I said, got a great show for you this evening. Just waiting on my guests to get in here. Been working on a lot of things myself. There they are. There's my people. I want to tell them, great, bring them in here. Here they come.
Yo, what's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? Hey. Glad that. Welcome to the Big Air Light Skin Comedian Podcast. The greens are here, y'all. And I'm not talking about collard greens. I'm talking about some real good talking greens. How y'all doing today? Y'all doing all right today?
We are doing excellent today, man. Timing is so divine.
Life is good.
Yes, I am so glad to have y'all, Queen and King, on this voice of this platform. Let me just do this here. Let me get this out of the way. I already did a little bit extra because I'm a little bit extra, and I took a while to get y'all in here because they was acting how silly Facebook was, but they can't stop a light-skinned brother. But anyway, a light-skinned king like me. Now, I just want to tell the people, they know how my podcast works. My podcast works just like this. Be yourself always. There's no right or wrong. In COVID-19 and social justice, we just venting and helping the people get a better understanding perspective on life and being who they're supposed to be in life and relationships and just as a human being. Because in today's time, we need that. And that's why I created this podcast. It's by the people, for the people, and the people. So with that said, I always do this too. I already did my sponsors a little bit, but I'm going to do it again. Today's sponsors always All Good Computers, 8101 Preston Highway. They keep my computer tight. Y'all go check them out here in Louisville, Kentucky. And also the Smile Center. It keeps a smile on me, 7405 LaGrange Road. Dr. Kane, tell them the Big Air Light Skin Comedian sent you. Now, with that said, I want to go out here just like this. Y'all just tell the people a little bit about you all and what y'all do so they know what they're listening to on this voice and platform, because I'm really excited to have both of you here.
Awesome. Okay, well, I am Malira, and I am the bright one in this relationship.
What a woman always is.
But no, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. If you want to be all fancy, but outside of that, I literally have become your professional best friend. I strive to serve as the bridge between the caterpillar and the butterfly, and I have the pleasure of doing that with my amazing best friend, my life partner, my husband. Now we're able to do relationship coaching and show people that you can make it last forever. Even if you got trauma in your own history or trauma in your relationship, you still can do great things. So that's my side of it. Go ahead.
I myself, again, my name is Willie Green III. By trade, I'm a teacher assistant. I'm actually studying to be a full-time history teacher. But I'm also a business owner. I'm a life coach, mentor. I actually coach soccer too. I'm a high school soccer coach. So I'm a little bit.
That's great. You wear a lot of hats. You're wearing a lot of hats. That's all right, King. That's all right.
Yeah. And I would say I'm a master networker. It's something that I have recently come into, and I'm realizing the power and the gift I have of connecting people. So it's something I'm no longer taking lightly, but I'm actually using it more serious now to see what kind of success I could bring to the world. So
man, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. So beautiful to have both of you all. I'm just so happy to have both of y'all, because the main reason for me having both of y'all, like I was telling y'all before when we had talked behind the scenes, was I just wanted people to feel a little bit better about themselves going to 2021. And I wanted them to be able to hear your voice on this platform about a lot of different things we're going to talk about this evening, between relationships and just different type of things or whatever, whether it's wealth and finance, investments or whatever, just so people can feel better about themselves going to 2021. Because a lot of people out there are not feeling good about themselves in 2020. We know that. And I'm sure I'm not feeling all that great. Matter of fact, you're probably gonna help me out because I need some spiritual growth. I need every type of growth I can get being light skinned like I am. So, but with that said, matter of fact, we're gonna jump right into this because I'm going to put it on the banner what I want to talk about first more than anything. And I know y'all can. There it is right there. This is a topic just about a healthy relationship. What can a person do? And, you know, both of y'all are in this together. I know you can give me some good solution on this. What can you do to make a relationship healthier than what it is? Because like I've been married I've been with my wife since 94, but we didn't get married to 2006. But I'm always looking for ways to make it stronger, make it healthier. And that's through the spirit first, always. But what can the people do to make their relationship, marriage a lot more healthy? Yeah, give it to the queen, King. Or you say,
no, check this out. And this is real. Like you said, you wanted to keep it above, you know, with your audience.
Right.
That we have come across what I've considered the cheat codes of life.
Okay.
There are times where, and I can specify as men, you know, in our walk, we somewhat know everything, especially with our spouse. So it could be times of pleasure, it could be times of pain, but the queen is always speaking. And sometimes, most of the time, they give us exactly what they need. But in our mind, it's like, I know what you need. So I know what you're saying. But I'm gonna tune out what you're saying because of what the past has shown me.
Okay.
But one thing about a healthy relationship is understanding that she's always, and not just she, but you are always evolving. You're changing.
Right. That's true.
So in order to maintain a healthy relationship, you have to be able to grow with the changes. And the easy way of growing with the changes is simply sitting down and listening to what she got to tell you. It's like, bruh. I met me and Malaya, we got together like she was 20.
Okay.
You know, I can't do the same things at 20 now. You know, that I do now in 2003. I can't do the same things.
Right.
And me trying to do the same things oftentimes put us in a situation it's like, bro, you're not hitting the right spot. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. So
well, I would personally say, you know, 2020 has brought a deathbed experience for me and my husband. Okay. And in order to get healthy, there's things that gotta die. And you gotta acknowledge that you're not in the same place that you was in when y'all first got together. When him and I first got together, we were kids. Like neither one of us lived in our own place. We really built everything together. But what I will say is what keeps the relationship healthy is one, communication. The main issue when it comes to arguments is for two reasons. One, there was some unexpressed expectation that you had that now you're mad because they didn't read your mind and did it. And then the second thing is now that you done hurt my feelings, it's your responsibility to change that feeling. It doesn't work that way. So communication is definitely the key. And then second, when you understand that sex is more than pleasure, that is a healthy relationship. Sex is like plugging in the phone charger into your soul. It's a soul connection. When you bring it more pleasure, then there is going to be no pleasure in your actual relationship because you're seeking for, like, if anybody, for example, and I can make it a little bit funny. I don't get high, but if anybody ever gets high, right? 9 times out of 10, you're trying to chase that same high after you do it the first time. I know because I'm a substance abuse counselor. That's what they always tell me. But it's the same thing with sex. You're constantly trying to reach that first moment, but it's a soul thing. And that's what makes it healthy. So I gave you 2: communication, sex. Third piece of it is again, like the king said, when you grow, you got to work it out. You can't just expect for your muscles to grow strong and you don't do no exercise. You got to put in work into your relationship. You got to be able to relearn a person. Like, he used to hate my 21 questions, but now he's the one asking me questions because, again, every year you're evolving. And with COVID, especially, you got to re-tap in because you're not the same person before it happened to now. So that's how you keep it healthy. Communication, understanding that sex is deeper than actual physical pleasure. And then when you're growing, being able to talk about the growth that you've had so that you can go into that next chapter. It's like having a chapter book. Each chapter has its own moral to the story. But if you don't check back into the main characters, you'll miss the next moral to the story, trying to get the same thing you had when y'all was 20, when now you in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. You can't do the same thing you did now that you did before.
Yeah, y'all hit some valid points there. Definitely hit some valid points, because in 2020 it has tested marriages, relationships, or whatever, and we've looked at things differently, and we felt things differently as people and as in relationships and marriage. I know I try to be very optimistic in 2020. I kind of had this conversation a little bit on one of my other podcasts one time on my podcast earlier, where I told them my thing was, as far as with marriage and being with somebody a long time, it was these two key words, and it's so hard. It's compromise and sacrifice. Them are two words that some people have a hard time really embracing and understand the definition of and really following it. You know, a lot of times we say, "Oh yeah, we all in," but I don't see it by your actions. So it does mean a lot. It's just hard in 2020. You know, it tests your love. A lot of times it's going to be a lot of things you ain't going to agree with, like you said, but are you willing to go through the exercises of the 21 questions, you know, to keep focused, to keep going? You know, I like that 21 questions, because at some point he embraced it and he liked it so much where he was telling you the 21 questions. So that means he was doing, you know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing, you know? Yeah. So I know one of my things with me and my wife, I'm going to tell y'all this, is that, especially, which I know social media is big, and I'm saying on social media now, but sometimes social media can ruin a relationship and marriage. Okay, damn, we know that. So one of me and my wife's rules is no devices in the room after a certain time when we go in the room at night. No devices, no cell phones, no this, no that. There may be a couple other little sexual things for you, but other than that, I mean, but no devices. Okay, so we have no devices. That way, you focus on each other as a couple, you know, as a marriage, a relationship, and that way you can strengthen yourself. Because if something has been bothering you all day long and you want to get it out, that way you can get out to that person instead of to their cell phone or to their tablet. You get what I'm saying? So that's one of my things. But I'm telling you now, I just like I said, I'm loving this, because on this voice and platform, I got a couple people comment here too. I'm gonna bring in a couple comments here too, because it's about the people, and I want the people to listen to hear your voice and even get a couple. I got one of my friends. What are you talking about? One of my comedian friends. I don't work at McDonald's, but I'm loving it. Okay, that's great. My buddy Kenny never been skinny, but I just know that's important in relationship. A lot of times in relationship, you know, we don't listen to our partner like we should. We'll act like it. You know, and a lot of times our partner know by body motions, by, you know, physical presence. You know what I'm saying? King know what I'm saying? So, and we can't get bad with that. And I do it sometimes. I try to hide it, and she'd be like, your ass ain't listening to me. You know, I'm listening, baby. I'm listening. Look, you know, but because we so in tune with maybe something that's got our distraction. That's why I hate devices sometimes. I really hate them, but I love them. It's a hate-love relationship, because I do need it to incorporate what I'm doing as a comedian and other things I'm doing in my life. But sometimes it can be a distraction. So, but I'm gonna move on, because that's I'm telling you, but the key thing to having a healthy relationship, like you said, communication and all them other two things are very vital. They really are. It's very vital. Y'all want to add anything else to that? You want to elaborate a little bit more?
I'm gonna say this. My life changed once I shifted my social media.
Okay.
In fact, the times that I got in trouble in my marriage was via social media. Okay. And I mean real trouble. Like, we bring this up, but there were times where me and the Queen could have been done because of the lifestyle I was living via social media. So I had to literally delete, you know, a previous Facebook, delete an Instagram, and start over, because it was so much my past tied into it that it was not allowing me to move forward, but it was keeping me in that time. Okay. So in a nutshell, I was a 18-year-old in a 28-year-old body.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So my mindset, because of what I was looking at, you know, because of what I was allowed to program myself, was keeping me in the mindset of an 18-year-old, even though I'm walking like I'm 28. So there's a level of immaturity that I did not have, like you said, just based off of social media.
Right.
And I would say, you know, it goes into the healthy relationship. You got to be married to your best friend, man.
Oh, yes.
Because in the moments where he could have lost me, we always talk about it. He always tell people, I could have lost my wife 2 times in our marriage.
Right.
But I tell people in those 2 moments, wife was hurt. Wife was ready to tell you to get the heck out of here.
Right.
But best friend was like, yo, bro, why does this keep coming up? Like, what a part of your childhood? And it helps that I'm a therapist too. So
right, yeah, it does help. It does help.
But I'm like, what happened in your childhood that is making you continue to do this? Because I hear what you're saying. I see your heart. We work, but there's some things that you got to get rid of. And as your best friend, I'm going to walk you through that. And he had to do the same thing with me. I had some things from my childhood that I brought into our marriage that he had to be best friend. So that's another way of making a healthy relationship. Sometimes friendship got to come before your feelings.
That's right. You're right. I got a friend here, my comedian, my buddy, he said, we have to start listening to understand and not listen to respond, because he's married. And that's true. But you were saying, that's very true. But I like what you're saying, because matter of fact, I talked to him, my friend that went not too long ago, the other day, about how men and some women, and women too, we have deep, dark secrets that we really don't get vented out. We'll get with somebody and that deep, dark secret's buried. I'm talking about that's buried deep in you. And if that person can get that out of you and get you to speak on it, get you to live on it and just get it out, it's a beautiful thing, but it's all out. Because if you keep burying it, like, it ain't doing nothing but hurting you. It's hurting you. It's hurting you physically and mentally. So if that person get out, because we all have, I don't care who you are in this lifetime, especially in 2020, everybody's got their own little deep, dark secret. Even if it's just this small, everybody's got one. But you have to get it out. And hopefully your mate that you meet will get it out. Or even if you don't have a relationship, maybe your parent or cousin or uncle, whatever, just to get out of you so you can be a better person and not let that hold you back. So that's where I'm at with it. Let me move on to something. But y'all get, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm loving it. My wife gonna expect me to be a better man after this when I go downstairs, but I don't know.
Hold each other accountable, man. You know how
she's like, he's got to be a better man. He been up there talking to them. Let me see. Yeah, here's another one I wanted to talk about a little bit too. It rolls in with that. The topic is spiritual growth. What do you think about spiritual growth? Because I'm a spiritual guy. You know, I was brought up in the church. I'm a Baptist. So I go and speak of that. Belong to Calvary Baptist Church, but I ain't been in a long time. Don't tell nobody. But I'm very spiritual, because I feel like in the realms of spirit, you got to have spirit within your body in order to understand the way things work in life. You know, this is what I always tell people. And this is one of the reasons why I first and foremost, I love to work out in the gym. I love working out, because I always feel like the temple's here. God's temple's here. And that's why I always take care of my body. You know, and also I'm going to get on health and wellness too in a minute. But the healthiness is to take care of God's body, which is temporary. So that's why I've always been the person who always liked to take care of his body and work out. So, because God blessed me to be here on this earth and gave me body, I'm going to take care of his temple. So, but let me hear y'all speak on some spiritual growth. And just as an individual, or as a relationship or marriage, or whatever, speak on that a little bit to the people, because I'm sure they're going to comment.
This going to take about an hour.
No, I'm going to lead this. If I let him lead it, he will talk for a long time.
That's what this platform is for. I want him to talk. I want the people to hear him too, because I got people commenting right now. So yes, beautiful.
I would say this: if you would have asked us this question a month ago,
okay,
this would have went a completely different
360 degrees. Okay,
literally. But I will say, long story short, because I'm gonna give you the short story of the long, and then I'll let him take it.
Okay.
We first got married, which would be 7 years next year. He was licensed and ordained, and I became licensed. So we would health heavy in ministry. We would preach multiple services every Sunday. Platform service, you got it. We even had a Christian sorority and fraternity. We was on it. But we had some hurt and some immaturity and we stepped away from the church about 5 years ago. We ended up doing the Hebrew Israelite thing, and we was like, nah, we don't fit there. So we said, okay, well, let's do genetic science. No, we don't fit there. Okay, well, then he ended up going on his own little journey, which I let him talk about that. But then for me, it was more of, well, I like to meditate. So I started studying Buddhism and Hinduism and all of that. And then eventually I was like, well, I'm a tree hugger. I'm a hippie. So I don't want to do none of it. Don't give me a title. Don't give me a label. And then what ended up happening was, although I didn't want the label, I put myself in the box that was labeled unlabeled.
Okay.
It's like,
that's deep.
It's almost like the denomination of non-denominational.
Okay.
I remember when it was huge and came out, but that in turn turned it to its own denomination itself, because there was the way that the non-denominational church functioned. But keep going.
And literally about a month ago, we had an epiphany because we're huge on saying that words are spells. So whatever words you put, whether it's in a book, you say it, you hear it, you're building a contract with God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, to say that this has to happen. And I looked at him, I said, babe, do you realize that the Bible wasn't what we was angry at? We were angry at the people that misused it. And there's things in this text that we need, and literally in 5 seconds, I became back to God. I was like, okay, well, God, I saw you in Hebrew Israelite. I saw you in Kemetic science. I saw you in Buddhism. You showed us that you have it, and now we're realizing that we are a creation of God. So whatever that is, now, am I saying I'm Christian right now? Not really, but what I'm saying is God is the person that created me, and it is very important to me to have that so that I can be the person that he created me to be. And I'm blessed by it. Like I said, if you would have asked me this 2-3 weeks ago, this would have been a completely different conversation. We probably would have told you, bro, we don't believe in nothing.
Wow.
But today I have to say that when you go back to your foundation and when you take away the hate and you take away the anger and you take away what you've been taught, and then what you've been taught is not bad. When you realize now I don't have to prove it right or wrong, it just is. It gives you freedom, and I'm blessed to be at that space now because now I can praise and worship God because of who he is for me, not for anybody else. So that's my piece on it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. I got licensed minister at the age of 20 in 2010. In fact, I did it for my birthday.
That's great.
When I tell you I had the famous success that you would see of like a new rapper back in the day, but within the church.
Wow.
So every week I was the minister that was being called. Like I was the traveling youth minister at the time. But like you said, stuff happened and I got taken away from it, you know, or I allowed myself to. But one thing I realized is the things that I was speaking at the time, as she said, it was a contract. So I'm talking about, I have this belief, you know, God could do whatever he wants to do. And it was time to live it in a nutshell. So, you know, in my mind, I'm walking away from my creator, but he was like, I'm about to take you on a path and I'm going to show you that I'm everywhere that you're about to go. So I was even in the process 1.5 years ago of writing a book called The Real Black Atheist. Because that's who I considered myself as. I mean, I was good with facts. Like I got facts out to tell. And then not too long ago, I'm, you know, having a conversation with my ancestors and I'm like, yo, I'm looking back over my 20s and there is this force that has been with me. And I can't say it's the same one that I found in the book. But if my ancestors are in any way tied to this force that has seen me through my worst of times and is now seeing me here, then I got to rock with y'all. I have to rock with this force. Whether if I call it God, whether if I call it Amun, whether if I call it Allah, whatever I want to call it. And the reason I say that is because I found this force in every spiritual system that I was a part of, and I was a part of all of them. 5% Nation of Gods and Nerves.
Tried them all. You tried them.
Kemetic Sciences. You name it, I was in there. The Sonetta Studios, like I was there. I was learning so much, and this creator's like, yeah, I'm there too. In fact, I'm gonna be there with you. And I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Keep it going.
At 18 years old, and we talk about our sexual trauma, I saw my very first prostitute, right? And as I walked into the door, the hotel room door, she has a 9mm aimed right at my chest. The very first time. Now keep in mind, you know, I did this up until I got married. So from 18 to 24, you know, in and out of hotel rooms. At this time, I'm still preaching.
God's good. It's spiritual growth.
Now check this out. But not only that, I worked for and I'm not going to put the name out there, but I worked for a very big Christian network. And I worked the third shift, and I'm taking suicide calls. I'm taking crisis hotline calls. Leaving there at 4 in the morning, I would go to the local red light district. and get done what I need to get done in order to get all that off of me. So it's like I'm living a life and speaking it, whereas I'm not mature enough to actually live it at the time.
Go ahead.
And looking back now, it's like you were running from me, Willie. It's almost like Joe, like you were running from me, but I was there when you were at the hotel, because as you were leaving, there was 3 cop cars that came and did a sting, but on the exact same hotel that you just came to. In fact, one of the guys I went to high school with was caught up in the sting.
Wow.
So like, I'm now living in life where it's like, I know how I feel, but I can't deny what I'm seeing in my lifetime now.
Right.
So whether or not I consider myself a Christian or not, there is something out there. I'm not by myself.
Right. No, you definitely ain't. It's great that you give me that. Yeah, you are. But see, it's beautiful to hear your story on this Voice and platform. You're actually telling your true story. And that is spiritual growth. You just venting it out. That's spiritual growth right there. So that's beautiful, bro. It really, that's like, let me just say this to you, to the king and queen area. I got a little comment here. Let me get this off. Then I'm gonna say something. A lot of times, a friend of mine is Lisa Flynn. A lot of times, people don't want to admit that they are the problem. This is a little bit about the healthy relationship. I know I acknowledge and admit when I'm wrong. I'm able to say it, and I'm sorry, which is great. But back to the spiritual growth, that's beautiful, because we all have been through some type of things in order to start to feel that spiritual growth and to become better. You know, I could tell you some stories about myself that I was lost until I found some things through God first. And it got me going the right direction as far as spiritual growth. You know, kind of like you, I read the Bible, but I do spiritual things that benefits for the big head light skinned comedian, not for somebody else's benefit. I got to take the spirit that's with me, and it's nothing against nobody else's spirit. It really ain't. I have nothing against you. Want to, you know, however way you want to do it, lighting candles or however you want to do your thing, or sing and meditate. However, I have nothing against that. But my spirit is a little different with God, and my relationship is so, and it's nothing against nobody else. And until, as an individual, you figure out your spiritual growth with a person, or just as an individual, you're not really, you just walking around without a plan. Like my father said, don't be on this earth, and he's dead and gone. He said, don't be on this earth walking around without a plan. If you just walk around without a plan, God didn't want that for you. He put you on this earth with a journey and a plan, and you have to accept it and follow it and dig into it. It's there. We just have to accept it and follow it as an individual. A lot of times we don't. But like I said, I'm learning to be a better person each and every day. I really am, and it's hard. It's really hard. And I've been my wife's 94, and I try my best every day to be a better person. And as individuals, all you can do is get up every day and try to be a better person through God. So, matter of fact, somebody said here, buddy, my friend, he said, I'm learning so much tonight. And a friend of mine's at work, she said, amen. So we, let's just keep going with this, because they're loving it. They're loving what y'all saying and talking about. I just love it. Go ahead. You want to say something, King?
Yeah, man. This is what I can say. And one thing I could tell is I feel you have a good concept of how the mind works now.
Yeah.
You realize that you have the ability to manifest things in your life simply based on how you think. The way you think is also a way of how you're living your life. And I realize that in certain ways I could look at a text biblically. And even though I could find a parallel of it, I could give you an example. You have in the book of Jeremiah where it talks about the potter and the clay.
Yeah, sure is.
In my time of being an angry, comedic scholar, I would say that story came from, the walls of Egypt, where you have Khnum and he's shaping the potter. Regardless of where it comes from, it's all in how I look at it now.
Right.
Because at first, you can either look at it as Khnum being the deity and he's shaping man, or you could look at it as Khnum is an embodiment of yourself. And now you're shaping your life, you're molding your life based on the connection that you have with your deity, with your God.
Right.
I feel that this moment right here is simply because we manifested it together.
Yep.
You responded to the message that I sent out, in the group.
I sure did.
Everybody, that could have done it, you responded to it. And I'm fortunate for it because I'm loving how this conversation is going.
I am too. I'm definitely.
And to be able to understand that I can bring people into my life, or I can remove them simply on how I think.
Right.
But all that begins with taking a step back and then ridding your mind of all the negativity and starting to put some positive stuff into your mind.
And what I was saying too, the one thing you guys are talking about is spiritual growth is a personal journey, yo.
Yes, it is. That's right. It sure is. Yes, it is.
You have to be comfortable with what your spiritual growth is. So, for example, I believe in God, but I'm huge on astrology. I'm huge on my ancestors. I burn ancestor money. I have an altar. I meditate. You know, I do my incense, my candles, my spiritual bath, and all of that.
Judo, right.
However, it's my journey. And I think the biggest issue that we have is when we took God out of our own personal temple and created these humongous temples where God only flows in that temple. And that's not the way that it's supposed to be, because when you make it your own, then you're good at your own spiritual growth. So where for me, I can talk about God because I know that that makes people comfortable. But then when I talk about my ancestor money and all that, then you want to call me a witch and a voodoo god and all this other stuff.
Right,
like, whatever labels you want to put on me, God created me. He already knows that this is who I am. So that takes spiritual growth when you realize it's your own journey. And I think that the biggest issue that we have, and again, it's no slight against any religious paradigm, but we have this, we're supposed to convert everybody. We're already God's children already. So that converting mentality is wrong. You're not supposed to be trying to convert people into something because you already are. And when you know that, then that's where the spiritual growth come in at, because now I'm not checking what my sister doing so I can tell her all her sins. No, what I'm doing is I'm letting her bring her strengths to the table and I'm bringing my strengths. And if you do notice that I'm doing something, you ask me, yo, sis, how did you manifest that $1 billion? Oh, I'm glad you asked, because I'm burning my ancestor money. I got my altar. I praise the God. I talk to Jesus. I got the Holy Spirit. Like now we can have a conversation, but I'm not coming to you and say, well, do you do this? If you don't do it, you wrong. And I think that is where we've grown. We were the people that was like, oh, let me tell you, that's how we even started.
So y'all got started. You know, it's but funny. I'm glad you said it, because I was just getting ready to say this about, because he said something about remove. I mean, honestly, if I've had to remove people from my life, but the people I've removed from my life is because, and this is nothing against them, they was in the way of my spiritual growth. I'm gonna say it again. I removed them because they was in the way of my spiritual growth. And when I say my spiritual growth, it was through God. It was like, well, I was saying, you want me to love them, but you have to remove them in order to get your spiritual growth right. And that's the only reason why I was speaking on the remove thing. It's true. And a lot of times friends and people don't understand it. And let me say this too. Another thing you was talking about first, I wouldn't say a judge, but people like, if you're not a certain religion, if somebody's whatever religion they are, fine, I have nothing against that. I really don't. And I'm not trying to put you on my religion or some other religion. I'll respect that. Just be who you're gonna be. But please don't try to get me to be a part of be on your religion tip. And that's what a lot of people do. Y'all know what I'm saying. And I got nothing against them, but they try to get on their religion tip. I'm like, this is who I am. I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not Catholic. This is who I am. And I'm not gonna change. You know what I'm saying? You're right. And a lot of times people try to remove you from it. But like I said, they're in the way of my spiritual growth when they're trying to remove me, because God already got me in his spiritual growth. So I don't need you to remove me to come away. Won't you be part of this religion over here? Not me. I gotta stay true to who I am. Matter of fact, your friend here said, Myra Riddick Childs. William, thanks for being open. She said, thanks for being open, both of y'all. And my other buddy, he said he's really understanding what y'all saying. But yeah, I mean, spiritual growth is so personal, like you said, and you have to define it within inside yourself for our spiritual growth. Like you said, when I put that out there on the page about me, you know, needing that person to do something for my podcast, when you popped up, I prayed about it. And then next thing you know, I said, well, God, lead me to who it's supposed to be. Look who's on my podcast. So you see what I'm saying? That's my spiritual growth. Now, with that said, so definitely, I'm getting to some other things because I'm just loving this. I'm loving your voice on this platform and loving who y'all being and everything. It's just beautiful right now. It really is. And I love it. I love it when it's just type of vibe, you know, because it's so beautiful. So here's a topic. I'm gonna throw this out because a lot of people going through this too, COVID-19 and in social justice, you know, as far as wealth and money issues. What is, you know, this is more or less a topic, not topic/question. What is the best way to not only invest in yourself, to be better with yourself, with your money as a whole, as a person? Not only invest in yourself, but as your money as a whole in a person. What if y'all done in your lifetime, as well as being together, you've done to invest in yourself as well as your wealth and to be a better person with your money? Because you know that's a problem in 2020. Everybody, I need a stimulus check.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, everybody needs something instead of, you know, it's like it's in the Bible. I might not give you what you want, but I give you what you need. And that's what I live on in 2020. It might not be what I want, but it's what I need, you know. So go ahead with that.
Oh, I would say that money has been a weird thing in our lives. And I say that because it has fluctuated. When we got married, we were just babies.
Okay.
I was 21 and he was 24.
Okay. I got married real young.
Neither one of us ever been out on our own. Heck, when we said I do, we lived with my parents and people had their own
y'all just
stuff.
spending money free willy. Y'all young. Yeah.
So for us, we built it together. And there's a lot of people that always say, you know, well, I don't have enough money to get married. Then you get married for the wrong reasons. Like literally, we built this thing together. I brought my $5 in, and he brought his $5 in, and we created a bank account.
There you go.
And that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I will say now, what we had to really do was have a conversation about our core beliefs about our money. And it's in my purse. Yeah, keep me right back. But we had to talk about our core beliefs around it. And what your core beliefs are, it's the filter, the lens that you have to make sense of life with all the time.
Okay.
But it's the lens that you use to kind of make sense of life. So let's say if my glasses says I'm broke, right?
Okay.
So you can be the richest person alive, but if life is happening and the story that you're telling yourself is I'm broke, then that's what you're going to see life through. Okay. So for me growing up, what my core belief was, I was never going to have enough. I come from a middle class family. My parents both had good jobs. My dad's a government contractor. My mom was a teacher. However, growing up, it was always this sense of we're not going to have enough. So when I got in my marriage, then I began to hoard money because I'm like, well, I'm never going to have it.
Right, because that's what you was taught. Right.
And then what ended up happening was we was able to get all our needs met, but I never budgeted our wants. So then what was going on is we're frivolously spending on wants because now I'm so afraid to put it in my budget, and now I ain't got no budget, you know, to budget.
Right. That's what you was taught about, you being taught them things.
Yes.
Carried over.
So now at this point, literally we've kind of gone through the ringer, I would say. Because just recently we was like, well, everybody talking about Forex. So let's do this Mastery Academy and we're going to learn about foreign trade, and everybody else doing foreign trade. So the Greens can do foreign trade.
Right.
Now, that won't for us, bro. But now what we, thank you, baby. We had to plug in our phone charger so we won't get lost.
That's fine.
Okay.
I know how internet is.
But now it's dope because we now have a certified financial planner. And what makes this so important is in 2020, COVID hit our family in September.
Hit mine too.
And he got let go for his supplemental job, which was what we needed because we got two little ones.
Yeah.
So you catch my drift. Yeah,
I definitely do the kids. I got two too. Yep.
But what we realized was we didn't know how to deal with the physical currency of money. So over the last year, I've been working on the energetic currency of money. So again, it goes back to me burning my ancestor money. When I spend money, I have like an abundance book and I write down whatever I spend, how much it was, and I write the wording, you know, everything that was invested is good and will return itself 7 times. So now I have the energetic currency. I'm changing my belief system. I'm realizing that those glasses I had on that said I was broke, I need to change it out to I'm prospering.
Right.
But now that I got money flowing in, I need somebody to show me what to actually do with that money because nobody ever taught that to me. And Forex is not going to do that for me. I'm sorry. Nothing against anybody. If you're successful, good. But if I don't know what to do with it, cool. So now we have a certified financial planner because we refuse to go into 2021 not setting our kids up for success. It's greater than saying, oh, I'm a business owner and I'm going to give my kids this business. No. What about Roth IRA? Or what about CDs and mutual funds, and we don't know what that is. Ain't nobody talk about that at my kitchen table. All we talk about is, look, we got food on the table. That's it. You know. So for us, we're looking at wealth differently. Success for us is not money. Success for us is when when I can actually pay off everybody's debt that's attached to me. When my parents don't have to worry about nothing. When our house is paid off, my kids is good. That I get to make money by sitting in my bed chilling with my children. That is success for me. But I need to know how to deal with the money that's flowing in. Until you do that, you're going to continue to be broke. That's like right now. If you're an NFL supporter, cool, that's fine. But I have an issue with the NFL going. Why? The reason why they got to go, because they have poor mindset. There's no reason why you a millionaire and y'all still got to play and y'all keep popping positive for COVID. It's because they had a poor mindset. It's not about the dollars. It's about your mind. So go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah. Go ahead, King.
You know, but anyway, as she said, it's core beliefs. I grew up in a family of hard workers. Okay. You know, and there's nothing wrong with being a hard worker. But that was the extent of what it was. You just knew you worked, and then that was it. So it's like you work and you spend money. You work, you spend money. I came up, I became a truck driver. Okay. Drive trucks very well, but my body started to deteriorate. Okay. Like so much so, I have back pains. You know, there's certain things I can't do at 30. Okay. You know, at 30 years old, and I know that's young. But again, COVID came, knocked me down. I got let go, and I was faced with a situation where it's like I have to figure something out because I can't keep doing this. Right. To supplement, to live a life that's going to be of high quality. Right. So that's what changed me. Then I started to realize my ways and how I conducted myself with money, with people. Okay. When my relationship with people changed, that's when my definition of wealth changed. Okay. Because now I'm realizing that wealth is not about money, but it's about the relationship. There you go. That's right. Yeah. I don't know how many 90s babies you got watching your platform. I have a whole lot of people. It's crazy. A movie that has always stood out for me is Baby Boy. Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, Tyrese. Yeah. They talk about Guns and Butter. You know, Ving Rhames' Melvin character talked about Guns and Butter, and that has always stood the test of time with me because that's really what it is. It's like, what are you going to do with your money now? Yep. Are you going to invest in stocks, bonds, you know, real estate? Right. Or you just gonna continue to buy cell phones, cars, Timberland? I'm a Timberland head, you know. Okay, right. Right. But are you gonna continue to do that? And it came to a point where I was like, man, if it takes 7 streams of income to create wealth, and I'm struggling just with one, I need to figure something out. Right. Yeah. So without my queen, I honestly would just be working. I heard that. But I would have no direction. It goes back to the direction you say, without a vision, you know, we parent. Right. And my queen came with the vision. Like, as much as I'm the head, Malara came with the vision. Right. Yeah. And had I not got in tune with it, I would be left behind. Right. Because where she's going is more than just a 9-to-5 work. And there's nothing wrong with that. No, it really ain't. But there needs to be a mindset, because you can then use your 9-to-5 to fund your business. There you go. Yep, you know, true. I'm a business owner now. You know, owner of G Rolling Papers LLC. I have my own rolling paper company. That's great. I've seen that. That's beautiful. You know, my queen is a published author. Right. You know, she's a life coach. She's putting together modules now that's going to be able to help people in the long run. Right. So, you know, it's now seeing ourselves as the expert. Right. Whereas everyone else over time has always said, we see it in you. You know, we know you're the expert. But wealth came when we started to see ourselves as that. Right. So until the perception of yourself changes, you're going to continue to run that same, you know, circle. Yeah. Vicious cycle. Yes. A vicious, you know, I'm going to say this about the wealth thing. Wealth is a journey, like life. It's a journey. You're going to have some bad times with wealth. And that's when you got to really dig deep down inside. Like you said, when COVID kind of changed your job situation, you had to supplement something. That's when it really tests you. You're like, okay, wealth is testing me, right? This is my journey with wealth. What did I do? What direction? God showed me which direction to go with. And through my spiritual growth, he'll show you. And he showed me a lot of times, because I hit a lot of bumps in the road as far as with wealth.
I mean, it was a tough journey, but I knew I had to keep going in order to supplement and take care of my family. Because the main thing at the end of the day, we're all trying to do for our family and our household is food, shelter, transportation. That's it. That's all we want for our kids and our family. That's all we want. Now, through that journey, it's a beautiful thing. But I tell people, as long as I'm staying busy, and I'll call it hustling, and not hustling illegally, hustling legally, through spirit, hustling legally. As long as I'm always hustling, this is what I told my wife I even married. I said, look, as long as I'm always busy and hustling, we'll never be without. We'll always have food. We'll have shelter. We'll have transportation. It could be a Fred Flintstone car. We're going to have a car. So we'll still have one. You see what I'm saying? So I said, because we're not going to do well as long as I'm always busy doing something. And that's my thing with people. I hear people say one thing, but the action's showing me another. I want this. I want that. Well, through your journey of wealth, you don't want it because you got to get out there and get it. You know, you're not going to get it unless you want it. You know what I'm saying? It's the difference between get it and wanting it. You know, and really going out there and showing and putting action behind wanting it. You know, and there's another thing me and my friend had talked about. I talked to him about this too the other day. I said, man, I have to say this. I said, not that that's why I'm not really in love with I'm not married to money. My thing with money is this. I can't take it with me. I ain't been to one funeral yet where they said, here's your money in your 6 feet grave. Here's your money also. I ain't seen it yet. So I tell people all the time, yes, I do need money while I'm here. But when I leave, I can't take it with me. So I'm always going to take care of my family first and try to help others if I can, be generous to organizations that need some help or somebody, homeless guy or whatever the case may be, because I can't take it with me. Only thing I can take with me is my soul, and that's it, and it's gone. So that's why I always try to keep a great spirit towards people that sometimes reaching out need a little help if I can. And I know in 2020, everybody's needing help. And that's great, but sometimes through that journey of wealth, you're going to run some bumps in the road. It's how you handle it as an individual or a relationship or marriage or whatever. And it's good that you go through that in your marriage too, because me and my wife went through that, through the wealth, because it makes you stronger when you do get to the mountaintop. And if you get there anywhere near, I ain't got to get to the mountaintop. I can just be halfway there and I'm good and comfortable. Some people try and I want to be on top of the mountain. I want to see the volcano erupt. I'm good. I can stay halfway. I'm good. So I'm just speaking, so yeah.
And I tell people all the time, you got to know your why behind why you want money. And I just recently realized that I want billionaire status, not because of the billionaire status, but because of the people that I can bring with me with that status, the lives I can change, the financial refuge that I can be. That's why I want billionaire status. But then at the same time, money is like a bird. If you ever put a bird feeder outside and you got a bird bath, that bird gonna keep coming back. You ain't gotta worry about it.
It sure is.
However, when you go out and try to talk to Mr. Bird, it's gonna fly away.
There it is.
For those of you that are chasing money, it's never gonna come in your hand. You gotta stop chasing it. It gotta flow to you, and you gotta change your why. That's even like as a business owner. So I've been a business owner for 4 years, and one thing that I realize is I do not want for my kids to turn 18 years old, and I work so hard on this business, and I say, here you go, M Green Enterprises right here. You ain't gotta work. And they say, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
That's not building wealth.
No,
so we have this mindset of if we just do more, if we just do more, if we just do more, we be wealthier. But then you're missing out on life. So there's another piece of this that you got to find balance with. Wealthy is not a dollar sign, guys. No, wealthy is about the memories that you create with the people that you're with. It's about utilizing your gifts and being paid for utilizing your gifts. It's not about finding the next get quick rich scheme. We got to get out of that mentality, and we got to be able to change our why. My why is my children. My why is the family that's been working their behind off but can't catch a break. My why is my parents that work their behind off to make sure me and my brother is good. My why is my king's parents. My why is everybody that I'm attached to. That's my why. But if your why is to be on the top of the mountain because you just want to be this big person, you're gonna miss out. And you're not gonna be wealthy. It's not gonna happen.
You're exactly right. Speaking on that, I meant to talk about this too. My father, God bless him, so rest in peace. He taught me something more than anything. He had a business, and then he lost his business. Then he ended up reinventing himself and getting back straight. But the times I remember as a little kid was seeing him come home with holes in his pants. from working so hard. And he told me, he said, there's nothing the matter with working. He said, but you got to save your money. He said, don't work for your money, make your money work for you. And he taught me that coming through. And that's very important. He said, now I want you to listen to me good. Like he said, let your money work for you. You don't work for the money. He said, yeah, it seems like you working for the money because you go every day, you punch in, you get the check. He said, but at the end of the day, what you do with your money is when you let it work for you. He said, that's the most important thing. And I'm glad he taught me a lot of different things about money, because a lot of our kids, especially our young Black kids, our minorities, are not taught how to handle money. They think getting money might be selling drugs or doing something illegal or whatever the case may be. But sometimes it's not about that at all. It's about really understanding the value of a dollar and how to let the money work for you. Because anybody can go right now and get a job and get a check. It's what you do with the check and use it to the utmost. If it ain't number $200 a week, it's what you do with it. You know, I know people that do make $200 a week. You couldn't tell by the way he carries himself and by the way he looks and way he lives. So I tell people, so that's what, like you said, you right on it.
Money itself isn't the wealth. Money is a tool.
Nope.
And I think with myself, when I realized that money wasn't something to be prized, but again, it's the tool that I can use. It's the cash flow. Right. You know, without the cash flow, there can be no building of wealth. Right. So, you know, the goal is, if I have it, give it out and it'll come back.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, I can tell you this, because again, it's not money.
Right. My
desire of wealth in this moment is for somebody we know to be watching this and to be your next biggest investor.
Right.
That's what I desire for wealth.
Right.
You know, for something that we have that could benefit you. That's untangible. That's not currency, but it's like simply because you know us, you know, your life has now gotten that much better. That's what I consider wealth.
Right, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Matter of fact, I was just thinking of the other day. I said, man, I was just thinking this, you know, because people always, some people that lend money or give money expect something in return. But my thing is give not to receive. A lot of people give to receive. Give not to receive. Right. That's where I am. I give not to receive. You know, because a lot of people say, because I gave him this, he didn't give me nothing back. No, I give in good heart. If you don't give it back, that's fine. My heart is still good. I still love you. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people are like, oh no, he didn't get my money back, gonna tell so-and-so, and then tell somebody else. And especially among family. Family is the worst with that. You know, matter of fact, today, I'm gonna go and put this out there. My sister called me to come help her with something. And I went and helped her. And after I got through helping, she said, how much I owe you, big bro? And I said, how much I owe you, little bro? And I just looked at her. I said, you know what you owe me? She said, what? I said, you owe me love. I said, because this is straight love here. She said, I just why I love you so much. I said, I don't want nothing from you. This is straight love. She said, okay. I said, she said, you sure? I said, I don't need no money. I just want your love. And see, that's what we got to get at as family and as people. You know, we always want something. Give me something. I need something back. Not her. Straight love. But with that, I'm going to move on to another one. I'm going to move on because I can go on all day with that one. I really can. Let me go with this. Let me see what I got here. Is this the one I want to put up here? Hold on here. I got so much going on over here. So much. Oh, yeah, this is one more here, the last one here. And it's basically what you do is being a life coach. What can you do? What exercises? Now, this is what I really want to ask you. What exercises, especially for the people, can you tell the people to do as far as, you know, to help them out there in life as a life coach and both y'all in relationship, being married, what can they do as an exercise to help them, you know, when they're out here dealing with a lot of things, like I said, like between COVID-19, social justice, and just all realms of everything, you know, what can they do, you know, to exercise, you know, it might be exercise where you might need to take a minute to yourself, breathe in, breathe out, sit back, think for yourself, and meditate for a minute or two, you know, it's just what exercise could they do to better themselves?
So I would say right now, for those of you who are watching, and I'm not going to know if you're doing it or not, so don't be afraid. But I just want you to take a deep breath in, and we kind of leaning over here, but it's all good.
It's right. I still see you. I still hear you too.
So I want you to take a deep breath in.
Okay.
And let it out. That right there, literally was somebody's last breath. So if you want to know if you got purpose, if you want to know if you're here, and look, as we getting our stuff together over here as well, it's you knowing that you have purpose, that you are enough, and we just gonna hold it. How about this? We're gonna take it old school, turn that light on, baby.
We good.
If we shaking, it's all good. It's the last topic anyway.
It's all good. I can see y'all.
you just go with it, with whatever you need. But no, the first thing you have to do is realize that you have purpose, to realize that there's a reason why there's still life in your body, that you are enough. Right. And when it comes to coaching, as a therapist, I'm looked at as an expert. Okay. So I'm going to provide you with two. As a coach, you are the expert. And the only thing that I want to do is help you get to that next goal in your life, which is why I say I serve as the bridge between the caterpillar and the butterfly. And matter of fact, give me that. I got you. And what you can do right now is, once you know that you're enough, once you know that you have purpose, once you know that everything you need is in you, then you can make steps towards becoming better. And the first step that you need to do is acknowledge that you are different. That everybody else is taken. Stop trying to be like everybody else. You don't need to be like everybody else. You know, everyone else is taken. You don't need to try to take anybody else into it. That's number one. Number two is, once you realize that you are the only you that you can be, then what you can do now is you can actually say that, hey, these are my differences, and be okay with your differences. Because if you're building a table, then what you want to do is bring your strengths to the table so that it's covering somebody else's weaknesses. And that's why those connections are important. You got to be able to acknowledge, like, yo, I'm different for a reason. It's okay that I'm different. This is what makes me the best version of myself. That's number one. And then two, you know, there's a lot of you right now that can't move forward because you never got an apology. You never got an apology from the person that hurt you. You never got an apology for the person that whipped your behind and you stayed with them for years. You never got an apology from your parents. So I'm going to apologize to you. How about that?
Great. Great.
All right. Dear survivor, you are more than enough. Your life's experiences do not define who you are, but cultivated the very essence of you. If you have never received an apology from the person who victimized you, abused you, lied to you, left you stranded, became your baby daddy and made you mad, regardless of what your story is, if you never received an apology from that person, I take the time out to send a heartfelt apology on their behalf, because you deserve to be free from the entrapment of their egregious actions. I apologize for the years of pain you have endured as a result of that moment of stolen innocence, stolen time, stolen investment you will never get back. I apologize for all of the decisions and actions you made that were more detrimental to your well-being or that of others as a result of trying to find normalcy again. I apologize to you for the years you have spent in bondage, trying to figure out what you did to attract such experiences. I apologize to you for the years of self-love you missed out on because the message you kept hearing was you did not deserve love. Please know you were only a victim in the moment of abuse. But as I read this to you, my friend, you are a survivor. Just like survivors of major illnesses get celebrated when they go into remission, I celebrate you today because you are no longer a victim. You are the best you there is, and you are free, walking your freedom. So if you were waiting on an apology, I gave it to you. And that's how you live your life. Live your life free. Don't be stuck. Don't be stagnant. Just be who you are.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. You got anything you want to say, King Becker?
Yeah, man. This is what I would say. Because as the Queen mentioned, it goes back to, you know, core belief about yourself.
Right.
You know, the greatest thing I could say for someone trying to better themselves is first, see you for who you are.
Yes.
Right.
You know, you got to see yourself as that unique, you know, creation. Right. But then there are things that we do that serve us.
Yes.
You know, and what I mean by that is there's a lot of people that find themselves struggling with certain behaviors. But the reality is, at this very moment, there may be something that's serving them while they're doing it. Right. So you have to grow to hate it before you can change it.
Yes.
Right. So if I give an example, if there's an adulterer that's out there right now that's like struggling with it.
Right.
The real talk about it is you got to hate doing it before you can change it.
Wow. Yes.
So your spouse can send you to therapy all they want. But if the real you still enjoys it, you're going to make ways to do it. They always say you find time for what you love.
Yeah.
You'll find time for it.
Yeah. You're right.
So, you know, from me to you, from somebody that struggled, you know, in life.
Okay.
Grow to hate it.
Yeah.
Because once you grow to hate it, then you can see the change. It's almost like when in the scripture, when Jesus said it's like a pig returning back to his own vomit, if I'm not mistaken, or a dog returning back to his own vomit.
Right.
At that point where you like, yo, what in the world am I doing here?
Yes. Yep.
And until you can have a what in the world am I doing here moment, you'll continue to find yourself going back, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's definitely, I got a friend there that said, you dropping gems, man. He said, y'all dropping gems and they loving it because you definitely helping people on this platform. Somebody might be going through something right now and needed to hear everything y'all just said. So that's what it's all about. So like I said, this is for the people, because people are going through so many things nowadays. And if you can mentally make yourself better, the physicality will follow, but you have to mentally make yourself better. I really even hate for this to end. I do, because it's so beautiful right now. And it's such a beautiful vibe. But with that said, though, I got to let the people know how they can get in contact with us. What I always do to my guests, let them know how they can get in contact with you. Let them know how they can come to one of them things and listen to you all as a life coach. Listen to you as a life coach. Also, you need to put your rolling papers thing out there too, King. I want you to put that out there for the people, because that's important. You got a business, and I'm all about helping small business as well as helping local business. Matter of fact, I went and ate somewhere that was local. I always try to eat local, support locals. Right now, they're going through it. Small business owners, they're going through it, whether it's minority or not. But, you know, I try to support minority owners. So with that said, you know, we have to just, you know, try to keep everything afloat with everything that everybody's going through. So with that said, just tell everybody how they can get in contact with you before I close this out. How they can get in contact with both of y'all.
Awesome. So you can find me on all of my platforms at Malira Green. I'm the only Malira in life. So MYLIRA Green. But then as far as business wise, M Green Enterprises LLC. We're on Facebook and Instagram. I do have a website out there. So you just type in M Green Enterprises, it will populate for you. And I will say this, man, we're not untouchable. We're just like you. We just had the opportunity to share. So please check in with us. I do a lot of stuff. The King be like, babe, why didn't you tell them that you did that? Because at the end of the day, I'm just a human being. So if you need something specialized, let me know. My specialty is mental health, living after trauma, especially sexual abuse and assault. I work with mothers that have lost children. We lost 2 angels before we had our rainbow daughter. And I do a lot. So just connect with me. That's all we want. We're trying to build a table where everybody can bring their strengths. So even if you got a weakness, you ain't even got to talk about it because somebody's already there covering it. So that's how you can get in contact with me. If you want to know anything, you can email me at mgreenenterprisesllc@gmail.com if you want to know more about what I do.
I myself, my biggest platform right now is Facebook. You can find me at WL Green III. Via Facebook, but I also have a group, the G Bureau Worldwide. That is I consider that my baby. That is my networking group. I'll connect with a lot of business owners. I'll connect with a lot of artists. So whether it's spoken word, poetry, or even painting, the desire of that is to connect you there. That could be your breakthrough right there. When it comes to G Rolling Papers, what makes my brand unique. For anybody that smokes, you know, there's a very intimate moment, especially with yourself, especially when you go mentally. Each booklet comes with a personalized message from me. So whether it be for financial liberty, whether it be inspiration or motivation or encouragement or a quote, but it's done so when you're at that moment. I can speak something to you that could potentially produce a masterpiece with whatever you're doing, because I'm connected to your success. So again, if you want to support, catch me via Facebook, WL Green III. I'm in the process of establishing a website, possibly Shopify. I actually got my first investor the other day.
That's great. That's great, man. That's great.
So, you know, from just sending packages, just from sending packages from my messenger, I'm now going retail. So if you're an owner, you know, if you're an owner of a convenience store, smoke shop, whatever, let's collaborate. I have a great fan base and I could move people to your store.
Oh, man, that's great.
So let's work together. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, y'all so rich in spirit, man. Y'all are rich in spirit. It's not about being rich in wealth. You're so rich in spirit. And that's what the feeling I'm getting from you all. So which is beautiful, You know what I'm saying? Being rich in spirit. That's why I try to tell people. I like the fact you got the rolling papers things going because I know marijuana is a big thing that's been talked about a whole lot in this country. And it does help. It helps patients. You know, it's been a proven fact. So I think it's a beautiful thing. Anytime you can help people feel better, it's definitely a beautiful thing. It definitely is. But I love y'all spread. And then with that said, you know, I forgot you being mental health, but I'm gonna save it for next time because I'm gonna have y'all on here again one day next year. But that's about ready to go into 2020. And I gotta say this to the people. Y'all voice was so beautiful on this platform. I'm definitely gonna have y'all next year. And what they say, I want to say first and foremost, Merry Christmas to everybody and a Happy New Year, because we want to go into 2021 with a great spirit of mind and with spiritual growth and just being a better person, better individual, and not letting the things in 2020 evaporate us mentally. So that's why I'm telling to the people, Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. I definitely got to have you all again because, like I said, your voice and platform is great. I'm just trying to, like I said, this is for the people, by the people, and always the people, because it's all about the people, because we're trying to come together as one, as unity. And this world definitely needs it right now. With that said, I'm truly been blessed with having you all and me just having this podcast. Y'all, I hope y'all definitely enjoyed yourself, and I hope the people enjoyed themselves listening to you all, and hope y'all enjoyed yourself. And hopefully we can do this again one time, you know. So, and maybe once Cove get away, we might can meet person to person. But right now, Cove said that happen. Cove said, "Nah, I'm all in that spiritual growth, lovers. It ain't happening." So, but with that said, it has truly been beautiful. And me being the Big Head Light Skin Comedian podcast, I always try to say something positive when I end the podcast. It's not always about trying to be a follower. Like I tell my son, don't be a follower, be a leader inside yourself, mentally and physically. Be a leader. Don't just be a follower. Following somebody because they got a suit and tie on them in front of a mic. That don't mean they know what they're talking about. Be a leader. Do things. Invest in yourself. Research things you need to learn. Be stronger mentally. And if nothing else, please do this, because I think as people, we don't do this enough. And it's probably gonna sound stupid. You're like, nah, love, I do. Read. I'm gonna say it again. Read more. I think that's what's a lot of times, but especially our younger people, they don't read enough. Only thing they're reading is what's on social media. Read something, read a book, enlighten your mind, strengthen your mind, you know. So, but with that said, it's definitely been great. I enjoyed having you all. Please come back, which I think you will.
We will. I would say this. You are definitely, you're a blessing. And for everybody that is watching, I just thank God for your life. Because without you, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. Like my purpose in life is your purpose. And that gives me purpose. So I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and I'm just honored to have the platform to share our voices and to share what we do as a team and separately, because we really want to transform lives. So our hope is that those that was watching, you've been transformed and you can go into 2021 feeling prepared, because year 2020 was not a bust, y'all. Listen, it wasn't. 2019, we all was talking about, we're going to get clearer vision in 2020. In order to get clearer vision, things had to die. Things had to be brought to the forefront. So sit down with yourself the last couple of weeks and figure out what was the messages that was shown up for you so that you can go into 2021 with 2020 vision. So
that's right. Embrace the journey. Embrace the journey into 2021 is what I'm telling everybody. So with that said, Merry Christmas to everybody and have a Happy New Year, and try to be a better person, individual, as life goes on. Thank you so much to both of you all. W.L. Green III, the King, and Malaya Green. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep living life to the fullest, and I hope I'm definitely going to see you again on my podcast, and I'm sure the people want to see you again too. Thank you so much for being part of this, and you've made a big difference.
Thank you. You're welcome. Be blessed.
No problem. Have a blessed day.